Special Education Law, Private School, SPED 528, Karina Colon Weber. Overview, Idea and Private Schools. Prevalence of private school education. Faith-based and non-secretarial private schools, along with the growing numbers of children who are homeschooled, account for approximately 13% of the school-age population in grade kinder to 12. Children placed in private schools by the district. When the public district cannot provide an appropriate program for a child with disabilities, it must pay for it somewhere else. Currently, IDEA states that public school districts only have to provide special education services to students in private placements if the district has referred or placed the student in the setting. Parental placed private school children. Some children placed in private school by their parents can receive public special education services. Parentally placed private school children with disability means children with disabilities enrolled by parents in private, including religious, schools or facilities that meet the definition of elementary schools or secondary schools. It includes also in-home school. Rights. A child with a disability in a private school does not have an individual right to receive some or all the special education and related services that a child will receive if enrolled in a public school. Child find. However, IDEA regulations require districts to conduct child find for children with disabilities in private school within their district and expend a proportionate amount of money providing services to these children. The district must use funds to pay for services according to a formula. Child find regulation. The child find process must be designed to ensure equitable participation. Services plan must be developed and implemented for each private school child with a disability to receive services. Each district must maintain in its record and provide the SEA information about the number of children evaluated, children to be determined to be children with disabilities, and children served. The count is used to determine the amount that the district must spend. Child find regulations. The LEA must initiate and conduct meetings to develop, review, and revise and services plan for a child designated to receive services. Services may be provided on the premises of private school. It is necessary for a child to benefit from or participate in the services. The child with a disability must be provided transportation. Critical cases. Supreme Court. School Committee of the Town of Burlington versus the Department of Education of Massachusetts, 1985. The issue was whether the town should reimburse the cost of a private school if the family abandoned the due process hearing by removing the child from the private school and thus waiving the right to a reimbursement. The resolution for this case was that the ruling gave the parent a right to reimburse of private school tuition in certain situations. If the school district offers didn't meet the definition of FAPE and the parent's private school placement did not give FAPE, then they could be reimbursed. Florence County School District versus Carter, 1993. The issue with this case was that whether a court may order reimbursement for parents who withdraw their child from a public school providing an inappropriate education under IDEA and put the child in a private school that is substantial but not complete compliance with the Act. Resolution. As long as the parents meet the test for reimbursement established in Burlington, parents have the right to reimbursement even if the private school is not a non-public school certified by the state. Another case was the Forest Grove School District versus TA, 2009. The issue was whether IDEA allows reimbursement for a child with a disability who has been enrolled in public school but had not previously received special education and related services. The resolution for this court case was that IDEA authorizes reimbursement for private school education services when a public school fails to provide a free appropriate education and the private school placement is appropriate, regardless of whether the child previously received special education services throughout the public school.